In the springtime, what is the most important thing on your bass boat? I'm going to tell you in a sec. Good morning, guys and girls. March the 14th. Our catch of the day for March the 14th is out of the book of Psalms. It is 103, the 103rd Psalms, 103:2. 103:2, praise the Lord and do not forget all his kindness. Some of the times things happen when we don't remember God's kindness. Here's our devotional. Almost all fishermen highly anticipate spring fishing. We're in the middle of it right now. But we hardly ever anticipate or remember that most early spring days are dominated by high winds. That's what dominates the spring days as much as anything in the world, high winds. Oh, do we hate fishing in the wind. But the spring wind really is our friend and very beneficial for catching fish. It pushes the warm surface water up on the shorelines, usually the north and the eastern shorelines, and it warms that water. This brings in the bait fish and the bass that create great bass fishing. The same wind that we hate becomes our friends, becomes a blessing. God is working every day in every Christian's life to make all things beneficial. Let me repeat that again. God is working every day in each Christian's life to make all things beneficial, even that wind that we don't like in the springtime. This includes problems. This includes people, and this includes circumstances. Never lose sight of God's blessings. In all situations, remember God's blessings no matter what. It's that no matter what type of faith that I'm talking about. Never forget God's blessings. As we say up the top, praise the Lord. Do not forget all of his kindness. His kindness is blessings, no doubt about it. All right, let's look and see what our tip is for today. This is it right here. The most important piece of equipment on your boat, pay very close attention to your water temp gauge in the early spring. You know, back when we wrote this Catch of the Day book a few years ago, we actually had water temp gauges in boats. Some of y'all might have an old boat that's got a gauge on there that reads your water temperature. Now we read them when basically all of our electronics have water temperature gauge. Every locator in your boat has got a water temp gauge. It doesn't just say 58. It says 58.6, or on my Garmin's nowadays, it'll say 58.642. I mean, it just gets it right down to the 100th. Now, I don't know if they're that accurate or not, but that's what it says. It's amazing when you look down there at that temperature gauge. But your temperature gauge is the very most important piece of equipment this time of the year. One of the reasons it is because bass are cold-blooded. Their body temperature is the same as what the water temperature is, their surroundings around them. And what you're looking for in the springtime, you're looking for the warmest possible water that you can find. In our devotional, we talk about the north shorelines and the east shorelines. That's because on the warm spring days, the predominant wind in those days are going to be from the south and the southwest. That's going to warm the water up on the north shorelines, warm the water up on the east shoreline. So that northeast shoreline will get warmer water. It'll get warmer water because of the fact that that warm surface water is blowing up against it, and its water's displacing itself, and the warmer water will get deeper and deeper and deeper on that north shoreline and the west shoreline, east shoreline. So the northeast shoreline is where you want to fish. You also want to go to places like back where you got water that's protected. You got water that's protected. That water's running right there. But over on the other side over here, we've got water that's protected. We've got, it's not moving, it's actually moving a little bit too because it's coming out of there, but it doesn't look like it. We got a little water that's protected. The sun's shining down on it. This is a north shoreline right here that we're looking at. So it's a shoreline of a creek. It's not a shoreline of a lake. But that water right there is going to get much warmer than the water on the other side would. So that's exactly what we want to look at right there. So my camera person, Chris, has got a phone, and it's got this terrible, terrible ringtone. And she got to reach in her pocket and shut her phone off. And instead of like turning her phone off, she just puts it back in her pocket so it just keeps on ringing, because whomever called her before is calling her back, probably saying, "Mom, why don't you answer the phone?" So it is my wife and my daughter that is doing a lousy job on this morning's devotional. And I'm not going to tell them that. So if you want to tell them that they're doing a lousy job, I'm going to let y'all go ahead and do that. Hey, guys and girls, go out there and have a great one today. I love you. I love you too, baby.